Rage room. Hey, what's up, Lite Nation?
Hey!
Jet Hot finally got the stuff in that they needed to get the stepchild exhaust coated. We should have no more melty floor in the Jeep because we actually had them coat the inside of the exhaust and the outside of the exhaust. So if you check this out, look at that. So that means that's gonna keep all the heat in. This is gonna keep the heat from radiating. We should have a zero heat under the Jeep. Heat kills stuff. And it was coming through the floor. Like when I get on it and be playing in the dunes, the floor would get pretty hot. So check that out. So they coated everything all the way back. Now really, I probably could have gotten away with just to where the back seats kind of end because the floorboard was getting hot. But we could have ended it kind of somewhere in here and just left it. But there was times where stuff in the back got really hot. And when I used to have the cubby back there before we did the gas tank, the cubby like melted stuff that was in the cubby. So we just went ahead and did all of it. The only sad part will be if I crush either of those tips, because then I would have to replace it. But if that happened, I'd probably just leave those uncoated at that time, because that's just the very last, like, what, 1.5 feet or something. The other bad part would be if I crush this tip, because that's attached to the muffler. I really wish we would have actually made a V-band right there. So if I crush that, I could just replace that one. So that's probably what will happen if I ever crush that. We'll cut it here, V-band it, and then make a new pipe. I can just replace that because these do come out the back. I'm hoping I don't crush it, but you guys know me. So this video is going to be getting the exhaust on, but there's so many little things that we need to get done. And the stepchild, this is it. This is the final stages of build for the stepchild. We got to paint this damn clamp. So we're gonna clean this clamp up and finally paint it because it is nice and rusty. So that's gonna be one of the things. Chris is gonna build a 3rd or 4th set of fender liners from American Adventure Lab because this is the final iteration of the shocks. So that is another thing. What else we have? We're gonna put an M1 radio in it, so I actually have a 50-watt radio inside the Jeep. Oh, and a new steering box. So the PSC box has been on here for like 4 years, and it just has a little wiggle in the sector shaft because the whole Jeep is all gnarly and redone. We're gonna replace the PSC steering box and then send that box in to have it rebuilt, so we'll have a backup. We're gonna put some other brake pads on it. Secure the battery properly. So we have a strap across the battery. It's working. We should probably secure it a little more. So the good thing is it's an anti-gravity. It weighs like nothing. So it doesn't take much to keep it strapped in. It's not like a heavy lead acid or AGM battery that once things get moving, it would come loose and mess stuff off. So that's about it. So while Chris is working on the stepchild, I made a quick run down to Dixie 4-wheel drive. So these guys do everything. Look at all the Jeeps they have in the parking lot. They do all the Jeeps and Broncos and trucks and Land Cruisers. They work on all kinds of stuff. So the reason I ran down here is because I got a set of 40-inch Nittos that a buddy bought from me, but he also bought a set of our Baja built Lite Brite Outlaw wheels. So these were some used 40-inch case specs that I'm bringing down here. We have the Lite Brite Outlaws here at Dixie. Super cool. And our new Revo tire deflators, the rapid air down tire deflators. He's getting a set of these guys here. And what's also cool that I haven't shown before is that it actually comes with caps for the secondary valve stems. We have all the wheels here on the shelf, and here is a 5-lug version of our Lite Brite Outlaw. This one is the 8-lug, and he actually has the new rings on that say Lite Brite and Outlaw on them. I don't even have that done yet on the Jeep, but we're doing it right now because I just got those in. Woo! Look how pretty. These are absolutely beautiful. I freaking love these wheels. Absolutely love them. So I'm gonna bring in the tires, and Dixie's gonna go ahead and mount and balance these. We have a pretty nice showroom floor here too, with tons of stuff and other built Jeeps. But if you need any products, there's a lot of times I'll run down here, like if I need a seal on something, or if I need a winch, or like they really have stuff all over the shelves. But if you're in the Sand Hollow area and you need somebody to mount and balance beadlocks, they can definitely take care of that for you. I know a lot of shops won't touch beadlocks. They definitely will do that here and get it done. I gotta get these tires out and get them inside though for them. And one last thing, if you don't know, when you come out here to play and rock crawl and go out to the sand dunes, you do need a flag. So if you don't have a flag, you can stop by here by Dixie, and they have these quick mount flags, the handy flag, which is what we always use. They do have the handy flags. These are cool because they just clip and unclip, and then they're just tent poles and they just break down. So this will break down just in the size of one of the poles, or if you just need a cheap one you want to attach, they have those as well. But they have literally everything. They have ARB compressors, regular compressors. If you need rotopacks, it's a whole shop. You need winches, they got winches. They got tons of recovery gear stuff. So if you need any of this stuff while you're out here, they definitely got it handled. And we're dropping off the Unimog over here at Roadrunner Automotive Repair. These guys have buggies and a bunch of cool stuff, and I couldn't find anybody in town to really work on it. And I called around, and he's like, "Yeah, bring it in. We'll figure some stuff out." So Unimog's still for sale, but we're gonna get somebody working on it to hopefully make it run. And if I get it running, then we'll probably keep it and go play around with it because it really is fun. So if you guys need anything also done, or if Dixie's super busy, these guys right here, Roadrunner. So call them up and they can handle whatever you need. They do a lot of wheels, tires, muffler stuff, but they do anything and everything. And they have a bunch of competition buggies and stuff. That's why I really like this whole area. There's so many shops and so many people are all enthusiasts, and you're bound to find somebody who's willing to help on some silly project or thing that you have. So I talked to Logan here. He's super cool. He was just in there working on his buggy when I pulled up. But hopefully they're gonna get the Unimog running, and we might have some cool Unimog content somewhere in the future. So I thought Chris was gonna be filming everything that he did to the stepchild, but it turns out that was like kind of in too much of a rush and just wanted to get everything done. But there she is. She is just about done. There's a couple more things I do need to add that Chris couldn't get to. So I will be getting with my friends over at Roadrunner because they have some time to get it done. But I want to go over everything that Chris did because he didn't film it, and some of the stuff's kind of cool. Some of the stuff was just maintenance stuff. Let's go over it. If we start from the front, one thing that you'll notice is that somehow he still didn't get around to painting that clamp, but that's okay because I can do that. I just need some WD-40 Brillo pad, get all the rust off of it, and I can pull that off and paint it. What he did do was replace the steering box. I don't even know if you can see it. It's got a brand new PSC steering box on it, and that's good because it had shaft play. This has been on here for quite a few years, and although it was holding together, it did have some shaft play. One of the cool things I've been waiting on for a long time was this guy. So there's a nice little mount there. Finally have my rugged M1 radio. So the Bronco Raptor has it. Just put the little doohickey deal there, and then you saw the antenna was on the outside. I've been wanting one of these for a long time because the handhelds, I always forget them or I forget to charge them. Now this is hardwired in, even when the vehicle's off, powers up. So this is a 50-watt M1 rugged radio. Have them in basically everything. Our Arctic trip in the Raptor, everybody had handhelds. We were the only ones, I believe, that had the M1 50-watt, and we were so spread out because the weather was so bad that the front guy would call out if there was a truck or something coming because the weather conditions were so bad that the guy in the back couldn't hear. So we would sit in the middle, we would pick up the front guy and we would relay, and whatever we said, everybody could hear. Handhelds are they're good, but they're more like line of sight. This thing, over the other mountain type of thing. It worked really, really well. Now, we want the cat skins, heated and cooled seats. So we've got the switches here, heated and cooled. We did move the ARB air compressor under the seat, but this side has an amplifier, although it doesn't do anything because there is no subwoofer yet. Unfortunately, he didn't get around to that, but it is kind of neat that I do have my ARB compressors under here now. So I've got the vibration on my butt when that thing turns on, and then just my air hook up here. I could run one of these on the other side too, but really with the cord I have, it's just not needed. I just hook it up here and can get to all 4 tires. What else we got? Oh, we got a mess back here. Oh, this is the other stuff I'm doing. I'm adding new brake pads. Ooh, we got the Revos for our wheels that I'm gonna put on. And for some reason, the TPMS sensors that are in my wheels right now don't work, so I've got some new ones there. So that's the MagnaFlow exhaust that they did, and then it's got the Jet Hot on it. You can see that I usually leave it closed because that side goes through both cats and a muffler, and then comes out the back, where this side gets rid of the muffler. It does still go through the cats, but it's quite loud, and it sounds freaking amazing. But you can see this Jet Hot stuff. I'll have to show you another time after I've been running it. It'll be super hot to the touch, like burn you, but you can put your hand literally 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch off of it and you feel almost no heat. This is absolutely the way to go, and the whole thing is Jet Hot all the way back. This is, I couldn't believe it. I actually burnt myself over here. So I was trying to see, do I have the fenders in now? I do have the fenders in now. Well, before I had the fenders in, you can see the exhaust. I reached down there right off the header, and I had my hand right next to it, and I was like, holy crap, they're not hot at all, and I barely touched it, and I ended up burning myself. So that's gonna keep all that heat out of there, which is super cool. I do need to get the new rings put on these wheels with our Revos, which I have everything. We just got to do it. That'll be later because I'm super jealous of the new wheels. Somehow, even our own wheels, I didn't even get the production version. Because I got these in, and then I was like, hey, why don't we do those little tabs? Once I could say Lite, Brite, once I could say Outlaw, and they can actually be placed to protect the valves. So on each side, when they're on, how that works and how it protects the valves. And then also, I didn't get the Revos either. So now I have a set of Revos. I have a set of bead lock rings that have that. And I just have to switch it all out. And while we're in there, I figured I'd add new TPMSs. So I'd actually have that on there. So we have the strut tower bar that ties the rear strut towers in so they don't collapse. And I figured that was a perfect place. 2-ton, so 4,000 pound hydraulic jack. I have 2 ARBs that are just kind of like it. Same thing, has the foot, has the pump. Super easy to lift anything up, except I didn't have a way to mount. I've never had a way to mount them. Well, this Mojab comes with these super big clasps, and you literally, boop, there's one there, there's one here, and it's secured and it's held on. He also sells this roll cage mount. So that mount is on that bar, and then this clasp literally secures it all. And to keep things, so it holds the handle to keep that from rattling. It also comes with this padded and Velcro to keep the handle down here from moving and making noise. And then he also has another wrap right here to keep this foot from rattling around and making noise. Because I hate rattles. I don't know if about you. I know it's a Jeep and I know we're doing off-roading stuff, but I still hate rattles. So this is a super nice mounting mechanism. You can mount it upright. I do have these in here that Chris did that have my ADS shocks on them. If that's not there, you could stand it upright and mount it up against one of these cages, or you can mount it kind of at an angle with the cage. There's different things you could do, but I know my ARB, which has been a great jack, I just keep breaking it because I'll just throw it right here or throw it behind the seat, and then I go fast or go bouncing around. And I've broken this handle off, I've broken this handle off, and they have replacement parts, but I just keep breaking it. And these aren't very light. They're not super heavy, but they're not light. And that's just, it is kind of a heavy projectile. I know I need to do something here. This is my toolbox. I think I'm gonna go to just a tool bag, kind of like this, so I can secure it down. Because right now, it's kind of a mess. I mean, it's in here. I can't move it because I have this shoved under the cage, holding it down, and then I have the bungee strap coming around it to keep it from going side to side. So this is a recovery bag, kind of a toolbox. But I think I'm gonna go to just getting a couple tool rolls and then put all the tool rolls in a bag. Chris did run into somebody at SEMA who wanted to get a hold of us because they make these Pelican cases that you can outfit however you want with all the tools, wrenches, sockets, hammers, anything you want to do. And they were thinking about wanting to do a Lite Brite version, so stuff that we carry on the trails. Maybe there's a possibility a lot of you already have tools, and maybe we can just offer the case with all the slots to put everything. I don't know, just thoughts I want to come up with to be able to make things easier on people and not an extra bad little business venture. Anyway, and the last thing is he finally got everything fully carpeted. He didn't like the way the tops turned out, I guess. Yeah, I mean, the tops of the caps look a little funky, but we needed it done. That side's a little better. That must have been the second side versus that side, but they needed to get done. Everything else is done. You can see all the, maybe you can't see it, but yeah, all the insulation and all the quietness to keep noise down. But yeah, she's done. She's ready to rock and roll. I think the stepchild is done. I think she's finally done. It's time to wheel. It's been over a year. It's time to start exploring. It's time to hit new trails. We want to go new places this year. Hopefully we can make it up to the Black Hills of South Dakota. I've heard that is a super cool place to hit up. And we are going to Jeep Beach. We are going to Smoky Mountain, like Bronco Invasion, Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion. We'll be hitting up Windrock while we're out there. I'd like to hit up S'more again, all over the place. Let's plan on getting to Pacific Northwest as well, because we've only ever been there like once. So maybe the South Dakota and a Pacific Northwest like trip. So if you guys are from up there and you have some cool trails or you want to hit us up, let me know when a good time to come is. Let me know for sure, because we've only been up there once and we want to come back. So in preparation for selling the house, we do have a whole trailer load of stuff that we're going to take to the dump. But not only that, we've got a little mini truck that Chris left us some presents in. This little guy's poor tires are screaming. Chris loaded it up with, I guess, some Rover doors and Jeep stuff and axles, and I don't know what all this is, but
it's just stuff.
These little tires are like, they're like full, but they look flat.
It's just stuff that has accumulated in the shop, I guess, over the last like 2.5-3 years that Chris has been here, and stuff he didn't want to take with him, so now we gotta go dump it. I'll follow you with the truck and trailer.
Yeah, the house is almost ready. Almost all the stuff is picked up and cleaned and everything. So if you guys, anybody wants to move out this way, the house is for sale. It's not listed yet, but we're listing it at 1.25 million. That's gonna come with everything. The full garage with the lift, the RV out back, the 2 RV spots with full hookups, all the furniture, all the beds, all the whole house fully furnished, fully done. We're not taking anything to the new house. So everything is, the house is coming fully ready, move in, shop ready, mezzanine, rafters, just literally all the storage, literally everything. Oh, there's a cool H1. So yeah, it'd be nice to not have to list it and deal with that. If any of you are looking to move out this way and need a couple acres and a big house and a big shop, let me know. That was a good shot. I can't believe the other one didn't break. Rage room. All right, so Dixie got the wheels and tires mounted. So if you need somebody local to mount some bead locks for you, it's nice to know that they'll do it. Look at those babies. And then, so what's cool is that our wheels don't even have this yet because we have the first like prototype. This actually protects the valve stem.
So all the official sets have these little lips here.
Mm-hmm.
And if you mount them properly, you can mount them so that they block and protect your valve stems even more when you're off-roading.
And so here you go. So since these are on here, you don't have to take the cap off on these. You unthread the barrel. So you just unthread this red barrel and then
easy as that.
You don't have the little tether to worry about or leave the cap off and
you
then
don't have to worry about losing the cap or damaging the cap like Kevin has done.
Now, one thing I did find out, these, like any metal air down valves like this, in the snow and ice, when it gets packed on there, you're kind of screwed. You're kind of screwed. You're not going to be able to really, if all this packs, doesn't matter which valve it is, when it's metal and all that packs full of snow and ice, you're done. That's why it's nice to have dual valve stems, because over here, the rubber one you can move around and break the snow and ice off of it.
Yeah.
This you kind of can't. What are you gonna do? Start hitting it with a hammer and damage it? This one you can chisel at with a hammer or whatever kind of tools you have to still be able to air down and air up.
So in addition to having dual valve stems, so you can actually check your air pressure real time as you're airing down or airing up, but you can run a quick deflator, one of these Revos, while at the same time still having this backup valve stem as well, if you live in kind of inclement weather situations.
Yep. Oh wow, so look at this. Almost no weight.
Oh yeah, they balanced really nice.
These are 40s.
Yeah.
These are heavy 40s. These are K-Spec 40s. And they're used. They're off the Ultra 4 car. So these are for our buddy Michael Nadell.
We're bringing those back to him. Well, we're bringing them to him at Easter Jeep Safari with us. So Lite Brite delivery service. Yeah. That's a lot easier than having to lift them.
It's okay, I can lift them though, because I practice for King of the Hammers. Although you got to remember, these are lighter than anything we've ever had.
The wheels.
These wheels save about almost 10 pounds a wheel per corner, which would have been super nice for racing. So I normally wouldn't trailer the Jeep to Moab for Easter Jeep Safari because it's so close, but because I have to deliver those, I can't fit that in the Jeep. So we're actually going to take the truck trailer, put the Jeep on the trailer, which is also kind of nice because if anybody does break down, not us, hopefully we don't, but if anybody else breaks down, it's kind of nice because we can help them out. We have a truck and trailer there. So it is smart to trailer. The stepchild, I don't think needs it because it's so awesomely built.
It shouldn't.
But look, if you buy the wheels, thank you. We love you. We'll be hitting you up to like go wheeling throughout the country. This was a one-time deal. Having these mounted and delivered personally by me because he also bought these used tires from me. So it was it
just worked out that way.
It just worked out that way. So don't be hitting me up like,
Yeah.
hey, I saw you mount and deliver those tires and wheels. No.
We're officially starting a Lite Brite delivery service. Hit us up.
So to get the Jeep fully done and ready, we're back over here at Roadrunner Muffler. They had an opening Friday for the weekend. I wanted to get all this done, and since Chris is gone, we don't have the power cable. He took the power cable for the shop. I didn't have a way of using our tire machine and lift and all that. So luckily, Roadrunner had some time. Dixie was too busy, which I get. I mean, last minute stuff is really hard. But if you ever need anything and one shop's too busy, Roadrunner Automotive. These guys, they have buggies. They do all kinds of stuff. I think Logan even does WeRock competition stuff. So, like, they know what they're doing on Jeeps, on buggies, on everything. They may even have some spare parts. But if you break down out here, you need some work done, or you're in the area, just definitely hit them up. So another thing to note on our new Revos is that this is a double lock nut down here, and of course you can use TPMS right here. And you do want to use a little bit of Loctite on these, just a little bit, but to be able to take it off, because once this top nut is on here, oh, there it goes. Once the top nut's on, you have no way to hold this whole thing. So we actually included an Allen on the bottom. So you'd put an Allen in the bottom of this, so then you can break this top nut free, because once this is sandwiched in there, if you ever need to remove it from the wheel or move it over to another wheel, you want to be able to do that. Same thing with tightening it. You put the Allen in, tighten this guy down, tighten this guy over the top of it to lock these two together, and then you can use whatever TPMS of your choice is. All right, so Logan's gonna be my extra hands here. So to install it, you're gonna pull off the bottom nut, TPMS bracket, top nut comes off, so this bottom rubber piece needs to come off, so that's what's gonna seal it all, just like so. Yep, just like that. Now you're gonna drop that guy in the top, then the rubber piece with the nipple part facing up. Yep, just like so. We're gonna use just a little bit of blue Loctite. If you have red Loctite, that's fine too, but you just wanna use a little bit. It's just to keep it from vibrating. See how nice that is? Use your handy dandy little Allen in the bottom. I don't believe the other air down deflator has that Allen in the bottom. Yeah, and you're just getting it snug. You don't wanna crush that O-ring. You just, that rubber, you just wanna get that snug on there, then TPMS bracket. Now we already have, I'm not putting TPMS sensors on this because I already have it on this side. So my TPMS sensor's over here. So we don't need two TPMS sensors. And now on to the new beadlock rings. And why are we doing new beadlock rings? Because I had the prototypes that look like that, but these are much cooler. So not only does it have that cool stuff on it, if you install it like so, it protects your valve stems. Get you a little extra protection from knocking those babies off in the rocks. Sick. All right, that's it, almost about done. So we also have extra caps for the other valve stem, so you can be matching. And the last thing was to put a new exhaust gasket here, and there's one on each side of this guy, and this has been a pain in the ass. This cutout thing, I've had nothing but problems so far. But the one gasket that was missing, as I pulled it apart, the other one just disintegrated. It's like right there. It literally just broke into pieces. I have no idea why, since it's all new. Oh, I threw the rest of it away. It literally just shattered. I have no idea what the hell. So luckily Roadrunner did have one gasket, which is what I thought I needed, and I asked them for. But when I took that apart, the other one completely fell apart. So now they're trying to get me a second gasket, and then we'll be done. But it's always something. I was in a bit of a rush, so we just used the one exhaust gasket, put it on. It worked. It's nice and quiet. Didn't hear any exhaust leak, so we're good to go. Exhaust is done. Wheels are done. It's great. That's it. The Jeep is done. It has been so long of this final stage, and I know we've wheeled it a little bit, but it's always been kind of not done. But now it's done. It's done. So now we get to go to Jeep Beach and go to Smoky Mountain and hit up events and go wheeling. We didn't even wheel really last year because it just wasn't quite ready yet, and we didn't want to break stuff because nothing was tested. But we're good to go. So time to wheel this year, time to film some content, time to meet up with you guys and have some fun. This is gonna be freaking amazing. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, you can find all of your Lite Brite Nation merch and decals at litebritstudios.com. We love you guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye. Our Arctic trick, that one good. Should I redo that? Stumbling in the, should I redo it? I'll leave it. I'm just gonna leave it. I can't wait to wheel. I can't wait to go wheeling. Oh, finally, the stepchild is such a beast. I can't wait. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.